Can I make a good final product in an hour? Because you see, a lot of my art I've found has taken quite a good chunk of time to actually make. So I figured if I could really cut down on the time that it takes, I could make a whole lot more products faster. So I could make a whole bunch more art in the same amount of time. So I decided, since my first page sketchbook videos art looked so good, I figured I'd go in that same vein and draw an octopus. So I decided to quickly sketch one out, and I already took 12 minutes out of the hour. Yeah, because I just like to do the art and have fun with it, but then I kind of lost track of time, and I had already done 12 minutes, so I kind of had to rush through some things, and then I just kind of had a half-finished marker drawing of an octopus there, and then had to move on to the sketching. So after that, I just kind of did some quick pencil sketching ideas of some backgrounds and other things for the octopus, just hopefully get a little bit more practice before moving on. And I think that was the main problem with this challenge idea, is that I didn't give myself enough time to actually do a lot of the things I needed to do, because I actually put the sketching into the hour. I didn't make the hour just the final product. So some things might have been different if I excluded the sketching from the hour, or if I gave myself actually half the time that it takes to normally do an artwork. Like if I time it and see what happens, then give myself half the time, maybe this challenge might be a little bit easier. But since it's an hour, you can kind of tell where I shortcut things and just cut things out entirely to make things work. And one of those things is the octopus, which is meant to be the subject of this entire drawing. So here you can just see him quickly going through the sketching and the marker. You can see I didn't even fully erase the pencil because I was just trying to rush through it. And I didn't take the lighting entirely into account. I tried to do that for most of it, but then you can kind of see where I'm just slightly speeding through it, you know? And then I did the red, and I didn't entirely blend that out, because you can see, so the blending kind of took a backseat for this hour. And then I tried adding details, but then I'm so far into the hour that I can't actually follow through with them. So I just go over them because there's not much point to them when I can't actually emphasize them at all. Plus, I needed to do the sand and the water background, so I just moved on to the sand. And the sand actually looked pretty good, but that's also where I have the most practice beforehand, just from other ocean drawings that I've done. And I feel like if I did this again, I probably would make some of this have more bluish undertones than this, because if I do the sand entirely in yellow, it makes it look more like it's on land. So I might, if I ever change this, I might make this more blue and things like that, even for the sand. Just make it more like the ocean background that you can see I'm drawing here. And the water background, that was last 10 minutes was this. So you could kind of see that the blending was really quickly done, and that I didn't really take much time with it, because I was really rushing through the entire thing, especially with this last one, with this purple here. So, can I make a good final product in an hour? Is it a masterpiece? No. But is it good for the amount of time I took? I would say yes. So it's more like a maybe, because with the time it took and versus the time it takes for my other artworks, I would say it's alright, because I don't normally do stuff in an hour. It normally takes way longer than that. So for this to look as good as it did in an hour, I'd say it's good. And after that, I just went back at it again after the hour. What would I have changed if I had a few extra minutes to work on it? And it would be the water and the octopus. So I just quickly went through changed the underside of the octopus because after looking at some references, turns out only the, what would you call those, suckers at the bottom are an actual color change from the rest of the octopus, at least for some of the references I found. So I quickly changed those before getting to the end, and also blended out some of that water, and ended the drawing. So with that, I hope you all have a magnificent day, and I'll see you all later.